Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to JT's Vending Services LLC's YouTube channel. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. It's Tuesday, March the 3rd. March the 3rd. We just got back home from my daughter's soccer game and we had an outstanding time. Oh, soccer practice, practice. So, you guys already know what time it is. It's time for a day devotional. Let me get into it. 1 second. My day devotional. All right. So today's devotional is avoid arguments, but avoid foolish and ignorant questions, knowing that they breed strife. And the servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but be gentle to all men, able to teach patience. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 23 and 24. If you're tempted to be drawn into an argument, you might not see it as your fault. You might simply think that you're being honest, telling it as it is, so to speak, or setting some other person straight. But the fact is, most quarrels generate far more than heat and light, and they end up creating hard feelings. Also a hardened heart. They often descend into emotional shootouts rather than reasoned discussions. This is especially true as for political and or religious arguments, as well as many other mutual disagreements. Ask yourself what you spend the most time doing during a typical argument. Are you patiently listening to the other side, trying to understand that person's point of view? Or does the listening mean impatiently waiting for your turn to speak? Good question. The Bible calls God's servants to be gentle listeners. Does this describe you? Not all the way, speaking for myself. Now I'm learning to, with my mentor, helping me listen to understand the other person's point of view, because the old me was not. I said what I said. That's it. So, but granted, there are times, especially when someone is teaching dangerous false doctrine, when we must, as Christians, must earnestly contend for the faith. So fight for the faith. You can read that in Jude chapter 3. But with God's help, we must rise above our emotions, contending with facts and solid reasons, not with a raised voice and intimidating body posture. Solomon said, the beginning of strife is like when one lets out water. Therefore, leave off contingents before it is meddled with. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 14. If you want to go back and read that yourself. Know what's actually worth disputing and what's not. And the phrase goes in our modern vernacular: everything don't deserve an answer. So I have individuals that just make stupid comments all day, and they believe the stupid comments and they still make them anyway. And I use that as a stepping stone, a learning tool for me to go, okay, I'm just not going to respond to that because it was stupid. It was plain stupid. And I'm learning people do stupid things. They think they're being funny or being slick or just being witty, but they're a lot of times they're stupid. And I do stupid stuff as well. But I guess it's especially weird when it's like a 60, 70-year-old man just yelling out blatant weird statements or asking a loud question and not directly talking to anyone, not making eye contact. So it's weird. So know what's actually worth disputing and what's not. whether you feel right or you feel wrong, the wisest thing that you can do is often to simply just avoid getting drawn into an argument in the first place. If you see this person is irate and just can't have a basic logical conversation, which is typically more than likely a liberal, just let it go. You're not setting them straight. You're not. I tell my kids this all the time, especially my son. If you argue with a stupid person, they will drag you down and beat you over the head with experience. You will be exhausted trying to use logic against someone who is using their emotions. You'll never win. You can never outthink an idiot in a stupid situation. You can't. So just keep that in mind, guys. So, and if you are like me, you were the idiot at one point, show some mercy. I got a quote here from Charles Swindoll. He said, "If you want to stop an argument, close your mouth." So for further consideration after the show is over, after this day devotional ends, just think about this. I guess we could call it food for thought. Which is more important to you? Winning a victory in an argument or preserving a friendship? I'll tell you right now, mine is preserving a friendship or professional relationship. I would prefer, so I'll use an example. My manager does a lot of weird things, just weird, not talking and making eye contact, or speaking loudly unnecessarily and looking off, and just a bunch of weird things. And it used to frustrate me. And then I realized that, so people think I'm weird. And I had to put my pride and my ego and all my, you should do it this way to the side. I'm like, well, let him be him. He's not hurting anybody. He's not causing any problems with me. So I just let it go. And just keep my mouth shut. So because I want a professional relationship with this individual, I don't want a personal relationship, but the relationships is what I'm building toward. And a lot of times I often tell myself, before I try to catch myself before I say something crazy, it's what I'm about to say bring me closer to my goal or to the person, or drive us farther apart. And if it's farther apart and I think it's probably wrong, then I'm practicing on just shutting up and just having a good day. So a practical application is just for you guys, if you've ever been in a situation like that. The next time you're in the middle of a brewing conflict, ask yourself, what will this argument gain? If the answer is nothing, break away immediately and give yourself time to cool off. Let it go. Our prayer tonight is, all-knowing God, teach me how to be level-headed when it comes to disagreements. I don't want any angry words to fly from my mouth and stain my witness for you. May God add a blessing to the hearers and doers of his word. I love you guys. We just got a brand new senior vice president. He's an outstanding man. I met him today. His name is John Arena. And I believe with his skill and his track record and his professionalism with, meeting all of us today, I think he has something big to bring to the table. So I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Please be safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Au revoir. A bientôt. À la prochaine.